fullback with the first and goal. Kuhn gets the call. Pyle trying his way in for the touchdown. What a great second effort. Y'all don't really want it like that. Here comes the here comes the y'all don't really want it like that. I said so. I keep big bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood. So ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Week 15 Fantasy Preview Show. Coming to you on a Thursday. I know you're not used to seeing me on a Thursday, but Wednesday was pretty rough. Wolf was nice enough to bring me on the Thursday show as a little bit of a makeup. It's a fantasy fullback dive brought to you by the good people at the Roto Street Journal. We're paving your way. We're acting as your lead blocker to fantasy glory, fantasy excellence, and everything in between glory and excellence in that really, really narrow part of the pie chart. We breed and feed fantasy wolves, of course. I'm your host, Nat the Truth Jones. With me, as always, the Wolf of Roto Street himself. First Thursday show with the two of us in probably like a couple years.
Absolutely, yeah. We got to get you back, though. I know it was a tough Wednesday for you, but we can't go the entire week without having a little truth in our lives. You need some honesty. You need some truth. So I'm pumped you could join us. And we got a crazy-ass Thursday with, Keenan Allen maybe not playing, Mike Williams probably out, Justin Herbert. And I'm getting a ton of questions. It's probably been one of the crazier question days on Twitter. So I wanted to make sure I have my man with me for these sit starts. We'll rip through all the usual injuries as we do, but I'm going to try to rip through it as fast as we can, my higher, lower Hail Mary. So if you guys are willing to stick around for all that, that'll probably take about 40 minutes of just great fantasy content. As always, the news you need to know. But then we will hit a mailbag from then till kickoff. We plan to hit about an hour or so of questions. Whatever you guys have, would love to have you stick around and interact with us. So for those of you tuned in, and if you don't mind, quickly, that thumbs up in for us. Help us get to more people, help us reach a bigger audience. It means the world. And he shares, retweets, comments, like all that good stuff. Come on down, Wolfpack. We're fucking pumped. This is the semis, baby. Let's get this.
I know. Shit. For those of you that are still alive, and I mean, I would assume that's most of our audience right now, but your two hosts are not. I lost a heartbreaker. I think I haven't been able to open the app to look at the score. Like that's how. I know I lost. I think I lost by like 6. Something like that. I'm actually glad that I lost early in the fourth quarter because if it had come down to the end, my opponent had Justin Tucker and he kicked a 50-some yard field goal. If that had won the game, I would have probably kicked the TV in, but I had already lost at that point. Yeah. So at that point, I was
yeah. I tied all the rope in the house. Like there, you gotta watch yourself at that point.
It was bad. It made me feel terrible. You know how you feel. You just feel a little empty inside. I feel a little empty inside.
Exactly. Anyway. And I know we were joking on air. You have no stress watching football. You can just enjoy it. Fuck that. Like nobody is on that.
Yeah. Do you know what that's like? That's like when you have this super hot girlfriend and she dumps you and then you're sitting on your couch by yourself, eating a bag of chips and watching TV. And you're just like, you know what? This is great. I can do whatever I want now.
Yeah, exactly right. It's so much freedom. I'm just a free man. I can go do everything. Yeah,
I'm wearing I'm in my sweatpants, like doing whatever the fuck I want. Like I can drink a beer in the bathroom if I want to. Fuck her.
Lying to yourself.
That's what it's like. I feel bad about it anyway. Here we go. Let's get right into this stuff. Let's. The people are waiting. They want the content. So let's go. Mike Williams got a back injury. He's not expected to play in Week 15 against the Raiders. It's interesting because Keenan Allen might not be either. Obviously, we're going to be talking about that, but I mean that's not an insignificant thing, right, Wolf?
Not at all. And we might as well bring up the fact Keenan Allen. They're concerned they're not going to have him, and probably
in quotes,
big concern. And if he plays, Schefter says he's probably going to be limited. So I think that's the big question. Like, okay, we can get over Mike Williams. He's out. Not that many people were probably starting Mike Williams at this point, but Keenan Allen's like, do I play Keenan Allen tonight? I think that's probably the question so many people are asking, why people are tuned in here. And I'm under the impression, this is my opinion on this one. If he is playing, you're facing a Raiders defense down 4 starters, including a bunch in the secondary.
Hey, we are getting a comment right now. He says they just gave a thumbs up. They're both playing. I don't know. I have nothing except the comment I'm looking at going on. It could be not true. But anyway, I'm just letting you know.
And that's great to know. Thank you. And listeners, because we can't track the news.
Meta world peace. If you're right, we appreciate the hot tip.
We do appreciate it. So
Cresta Jeff has confirmed it also. These Periscope guys are coming in hot with the same information. So it looks like they might both be playing tonight. Thanks, fellas.
Both are in. So that is not insignificant because that will also be a big boost to Justin Herbert, who preview is my lower quarterback of the week and higher lower Hail Mary. Even with these guys, especially if they're dinged up, I'm not that into Justin Herbert tonight. We'll go into all those reasons in a little bit. But if Keenan Allen sounds like he's in my lineup. I'm playing Keenan Allen tonight. If I go down, I go fucking down with my studs. I wouldn't want to be. I've gotten questions like, do I stream like Lynn Bowden or like, no, come on. You're fucking playing Keenan Allen. If you have Keenan Allen, he's a goddamn stud and he's facing a depleted Raiders defense. I imagine he'll do maybe not quite what he's going to do like typically. Austin Eckler has eaten into that workload quite a bit these last few weeks. Even still, Keenan Allen's in your lineup and 90% of sit starts. You have to have a really stacked cabinet. I mean, I had one guy ask me like Calvin Ridley or Keenan Allen. Okay, you're going Calvin Ridley. But yeah, Keenan Allen is in my lineups where I own him. And I would not hesitate to start him. And it makes me feel a little bit better about Herbert that Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are going to play, even if he's going to be my lower. And I'm not going to waver on that. I do not like that fucking motherfucker after these last few weeks. And we'll talk about why in a little bit.
The guys in the comment section are saying that they're both playing, but they're going to be on a rep count. So whatever it's worth. I mean, as more and more information that's coming in from our loyal fans that, thanks, guys.
It's like, okay, fuck. Like, Scarecrow? Is he just a decoy?
Right. I mean, I don't know, dude.
It's a rep count Keenan Allen against a bad Raiders defense dinged up is better than no Keenan Allen.
Probably going to go like 7 for 85, maybe score a touchdown. I don't know.
I bet he'll do his usual thing. You have to have some really good options. Let us know what your questions are about Keenan Allen. I have him right at wide receiver 14 or so. So most of the time I'm going to say Keenan Allen, but let us know what your Keenan Allen questions are. Get those on in, folks.
All right. Ronald Jones, COVID-19 and finger surgery. Leonard Fournette expected to lead the Bucs. Buckle your seatbelts, folks.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's an explosive offense. Ronald Jones has taken over the stranglehold, and he's been a low-end RB1, even high-end RB1 a few weeks in a row. So this is a big injury in the sense of the path is open for Leonard Fournette to be a top 24 running back. He's my RB23 this week at such a position that's so impossible to figure out. Hopefully, if you had Ronald Jones, you have the handcuff here with Leonard Fournette, even though he was the healthy scratch. So sure, last week McCoy played over him. Keyshawn Vaughn played over him. They are already saying that he's been great in practice. Fournette looked explosive, putting in the work all week as the lead guy. So I'm going to expect Leonard Fournette to lead this team in carries, 15 to 18 carries in a decent matchup against the Falcons, who are particularly vulnerable to pass catching backs. Not that Fournette's a great one, but he has played a lot of third down.
I feel like I've seen him drop a lot of passes.
He's horrendous. Let's be real. He's a horrendous pass catcher, but he's played plenty of third downs this year. I think he'd be a good bet to score. Should he be the lead back? 60 yards, touchdown. Thrilling start? No, but dependable, steady volume at this point? I mean, probably. I prefer like Jeff Wilson for a lot of questions like Wilson for Fournette, but I still could put Fournette in lineups this week, feel okay about it.
All right. Drew Brees, he of the 11 broken ribs and punctured lung, has taken some first-team reps and has a chance to start week 15. What do you think about that, dude?
I mean, I obviously am tracking this one. For so many reasons. We've seen Taysom Hill and the impact that has on the offense. Been okay for Mike Thomas. He's lived. He's buoyed by the value. Like he's getting peppered. But guys like Alvin Kamara, literally he's gone from averaging 27 fantasy points per game, over 27 fantasy points per game, to being like right around 14. A 2-touchdown difference in output from Alvin Kamara based on Brees versus Taysom Hill. That's huge. And obviously you're playing Kamara probably either way. But if Brees is in your lineup, he goes back to top 3 status. Whereas if he's out, it's, oh, God, I'm putting Kamara in because I like Kamara. He's my favorite fucking player. I've loved him all year. And God damn it, now I have Taysom Hill. So it's one of those situations where Kamara is, it's most impacting Kamara. I think either Taysom Hill or Brees, like if you're one of those owners that has both those guys, I have them both at QB10. If whichever one plays is going to be my number 10 quarterback. I already kind of put myself to that because it's going to be a high-scoring game against the Chiefs. They're going to need points. It's at home. I'd rather, honestly, Brees be in the lineup. But it's just been such mixed signals. Like, Sean Payton saying, well, man, he's got 11 broken ribs. Like, are we really going to expect him to play? But that's what Sean Payton does. He likes to play around and fool and try to get in his opponent's heads. I think he's going to play. If I had to take a guess, Brees plays, which is a huge boost to Kamara, who's also only 7,400 on DraftKings, would be a smash play if at that price, if Brees is in. So that's the most important person is Alvin Kamara, what it means for him. But obviously, even Jared Cook against a Kansas City team that's bottom 5 against tight ends would have even more value should he be out. So this is an important one to track. Both will be the QB 10, whoever it is, though.
All right, James Conner, quad injury, did not practice Thursday. He has not been doing much. The Steelers run the ball surprisingly poorly. Given
it doesn't even
how
matter.
Good they seem to be. Right.
That's going to be the point of this one is like, if you're sitting here waiting for James Conner, then you're probably not in your competition right now. Now I'm thinking about my
You're probably like one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
And even we didn't have him,
right. The number one team is James Conner as his RB2, so maybe so. But ultimately, like, are you waiting it out for Benny Snell? No. Pick up Bowden. Pick up one of these waiver wire guys to plug in. You don't want to deal with James Conner. I got a question earlier, like Landry versus James Conner. Who am I going? You're going Landry. Landry's on a hot streak. There's no James Bradbury. We'll talk about in a second. Like, I just don't want to have to think about James Conner, even when he's been in. What do you have? 18 yards last week on 10 carries. It's been bad. It's been really fucking bad. No interest in James Conner ever for the rest of my life. Ever. No.
Do you remember, like, maybe 2 years ago, 2.5, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, whenever Nick Chubb was in his second year, you remember I had the choice and I knew I was going to be able to take Connor or Chubb, and you convinced me to take Connor.
Sorry.
I'm still mad about that.
And there's no more.
It's funny. I was all about Chubb, like, from the time the season ended, and like he was going to be like one, and then like just gradually more and more people were like, really, you're going to keep Chubb, like instead of Connor? And like, you weren't the only one. It was like almost everybody told me to keep Connor. And I succumbed to something I knew was the wrong move, and I regretted it. Like the second that I did it. Anyway.
Yeah. And Chubb is like, how fun is Chubb to like just the presence of him on your team? What a monster that man is playing.
He averages like 5.5 yards a carry for his career.
Yeah. He's one of the best pure runners I think the league has ever seen. Certainly right now active. I couldn't name more than 3 people that are better just pure runners than Nick Chubb. Maybe the best. Maybe like Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook are just gliders too, but Nick Chubb is just a monster. I want him on.
Derrick Henry doesn't even look like he's running fast.
He's just steamrolling.
You're right. Yeah, he was such a badass. All right, go ahead. Next one. Mike Gesicki, shoulder injury. Devontae Parker, Jakeem Grant, and Salvon Ahmed are all limited at Thursday's practice. A lot of banged up Dolphins. Some of them pretty significant, actually.
Yes, Gesicki was just off a 2-touchdown day, a monster effort, and it looked like he dislocated his shoulder. He's probably the biggest one, the one that like most owners are relying on. The other two, Gesicki, I don't expect him to play. That looked bad. He was really grimacing. I don't know. Maybe he plays, and if he plays, he's probably in your lineup because he's really getting it done with Tua at quarterback, regardless of who's at quarterback. Whereas Devontae Parker doesn't get it done with Tua. His numbers between the splits with Parker, with Fitz versus Tua are just asinine how ridiculous it is. But Jakeem Grant also going to be out or also limited. The real reason we bring this up is like Lynn Bowden was one of my favorite waiver wire pickups this week. I think he'd be a nice Hail Mary running back. Hint, we're going to talk about him later. But if all these guys play, can you really use Lynn Bowden? So it's worth tracking. I don't think they do end up suiting up. But just worth monitoring. And also for DeAndre Washington's streamability. If Solomon Ahmed's in, he seems to be the one they prefer. So he also dropped in so many leagues, Solomon Ahmed, and understandably so. Maybe look to him on the waiver wire if you are desperate at running back. Because if he plays, he's probably going to be the Miami lead guy.
All right, Curtis Samuel, hamstring issue. We hate hamstring issues. He was added to the Panthers injury report on Thursday, and he is questionable. That seems like an extremely bad sign to me.
Absolutely. A midweek hamstring is never anything that you want to see. And what the Roto World blurbs noted is like the press didn't really comment on it at all. So maybe it wasn't anything major. Still, though, a midweek hamstring is something you absolutely have to pay attention to. So DJ Moore returning to the lineup would obviously get a nice boost up if there is no Curtis Samuel, a decent target bump. And it's just tough because Samuels, I think he led all receivers in expected fantasy points last week with the targets, the way he's used as a running back. No McCaffrey, as we're going to talk about next, no McCaffrey is doubtful for the week. So Samuels really picks up a lot of that slack. And he's been a top 25 receiver, I think, in 7 of the last 9 games. I mean, very steady, very consistent. Somebody that a lot of owners are probably depending upon. This makes him a lot more worrisome. And you wonder, how this attack and how this offense will operate with a guy that's become like their third down maestro every time. So intriguing to see. Definitely something you have to monitor if you're a Curtis Samuel owner.
Daniel Jones, hamstring and ankle, was estimated as limited for Thursday's practice. Giants need this guy if they're going to be the team to come out 6-10 and win that division.
It's such a fucking joke, but so true. Oh, excuse me. The thing with these injuries, though, is Daniel Jones has been streamable when he can run because he actually has some sneaky Konami upside. We've seen
he can run. Remember that play where he fell down like on the 8-yard line when he was just by himself completely? I mean, if you take that part out of it, it was a great run.
Exactly. He has some sneaky jets, but last week was his first week back. He was not moving well at all. It was very clear he was limited. He was not even trying to run, never mind being escapable in the pocket. And so that limits so much of his appeal, even against this pathetic Cleveland defense. I mean, I would honestly love to start Daniel Jones as a streamer Hail Mary in QB2 leagues if he was fully healthy. But how could you trust this guy? And all the boost that you supposedly get to Shepard, to, Darius Slayton especially, you got to kind of toss that out and chuck it away. Because honestly, I can't last week just showed like these guys are not safe all of a sudden because Jones is not making people miss in the pocket. He's not buying himself extra time. And behind that awful offensive line, should he play, he's unplayable. And it's looking like he's honestly just trending to not even playing anyways. Avoid Giants. Avoid Giants at this point, even in that nice matchup.
Yeah, that's a great rule of thumb anyway.
It's usually pretty much a 99% chance of working out for you. You avoid the Giants, but especially this week with a banged up Daniel Jones, even if he plays. And if he doesn't, obviously you're not touching him.
All right, Antonio Gibson, toe injury. We hate hamstrings. We hate toes. Worked on the side at Thursday's practice. Worked on the side. Yeah. Love that phrase. What did he do? What was he doing on the side? He was working.
He was burpees. Yeah.
He was working on the side.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
I guess that's better than not working on the side.
He was there. He was on the – exactly. Better than not being there.
He was in the building.
He was in the building, folks. I wouldn't expect to have him. And honestly, even if you do, it'd be tough to trust him at this point. It's worth noting. And if we get like full practice suddenly tomorrow, okay, maybe we can get back to the Gibson train. Because, I mean, this guy did last full game have 35 points. Like, he's a stud. He's an absolutely bona fide stud. I don't expect him out there. But maybe if you can survive this week and you own Gibson, it seems like he's trending towards returning this year, whereas I thought they might shut him down for the season. So the fact that he's even working, whatever the hell that means on the side,
working on the side.
It's at least a little room for optimism for his future this season, but I wouldn't expect him to be going tonight.
Zeke. Oh, God. Why do we even cover this guy in the injury report? Can you believe Zeke, calf injury? He remained limited for Thursday's practice. Unclear if that means he was doing work on the side or if he was just doing less reps or what. But anyway, if you're still in your league somehow and you got Zeke, first of all, good job building the rest of your team. Second of all, he's got a calf injury. He's limited.
Exactly. I mean, how could you have this guy in your lineup? One owner, I got to shout out
the guy that beat me had Zeke in his lineup. He just had a bunch of good players too. Yep.
My girlfriend has Jonathan Taylor and Zeke, so that helped carry her forward. Zeke's now firmly on the bench. She has J.K. Dobbins as well. So fantastic.
Is she going to roll Colt McCoy out this week?
What's that?
Is your girlfriend rolling Colt McCoy out?
Yeah, exactly. Diehard Giants fan. Put Colt in there. No, she's got Ryan Tanny there.
I had him too.
Obviously, you can't have Zeke in lineups at this point. We saw Tony Pollard almost match him in touches this last week. And as we talked about on the recap show, he couldn't do it against Cincinnati. You can't do it against the Bengals. When is it going to get done?
What do you have? He had like 40 yards or something, right? And like half of them were on one carry.
Exactly. And the schedule is only getting harder down the stretch here. You can't trust Zeke. And somehow he's still ranked. I mean, he's my running back lower of the week. So I'm going to go through this once more again. I'll go through it quicker when
we've done this 5 weeks in a row, probably. Maybe
he's my running back lower every week, and it has not failed me. But yeah, you can't trust Zeke. You simply put, you cannot trust Zeke, whether he's limited or not. You're not trusting Zeke.
All right. Kenny Golladay, hip injury, remains sidelines for Thursday's practice. So limited in practice, remaining sidelined in practice, and working on the side. There's a difference. Kenny Golladay remains sidelined. No work.
No work on the sideline. Exactly. You're not
getting
doing
crossword puzzles. No work.
You're not going to get him back. And even if you did, would you really put Golladay in your lineup at this point? I just wanted to it's like the weekly. Hey, Galladay's not practicing again. Oh, shocker! What a waste of a third.
And when he does, he's also going to suck. By the way.
Yeah. Who's going to suck?
He's going to suck even if he plays. So who cares?
Exactly. That's because
Matt Stafford, ribs, not to be confused with Drew Brees' 11 broken ribs. Yeah. But whatever Stafford's rib issue is, he remains sidelines for Thursday's practice. No work.
No work as well. Not like Gibson.
Stafford and Golladay not working together.
Yeah. If this means the Chase Daniels show, ooh, that's going to be ugly. Chase Daniels.
I got to stop reading these comments while we're talking. Austin Forrester's killing me.
Oh, nice. I can't wait to get in there. We got a loaded mailbag already.
Yeah, so. Talking like 100 messages or something. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, Stafford, but you can't trust Chase Daniels. And that means, Marvin Jones, some guys that have been playing really well. DeAndre Swift even. I get the Tennessee matchup's juicy, but if Chase Daniels is leading the charge, really? Come on.
Kyle Rudolph, foot injury, remains sidelined for Thursday's practice. No work.
And I don't expect him to play. And in his absence, Irv Smith last week, tight end 3. In 2 of his last 3 games, Irv Smith is in the tight end 3 of fantasy, the last 3 games he's played. And another week without Rudolph against a Bears team giving up the 3rd most points to tight ends. Sign me up for the Irv Smith waiver wire experience, guys. He's only 12% owned right now. If you need a tight end, I don't know how this guy's.
What an experience that will be.
It is the best of experiences. I'm a huge Irv Smith fan. Tans, right. I know Tans texted me a question. I don't know if he's tuned in or not. But Tans, if you're tuned in, he asked about Hunter Henry. I'm kind of done with Hunter Henry. Fucking, you know me now. I'm always lower on Hunter Henry, and I've never been wrong because Hunter Henry's done shit.
You have been wrong in a couple of years, probably, on him.
Yeah, maybe a couple of years, but not anytime soon.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right, Bills coach Sean McDermott said John Brown, ankle injury, will not play in Week 15 against the Broncos. All right. I mean, coach says he's not playing. He's probably not playing.
Probably not suited up. I know he was a popular waiver wire pickup this week. Sucks because you got to survive the next week for him to even matter, and he's got a brutal matchup next week anyways. This just means Gabriel Davis right back into your streaming plans. He scored a touchdown in 3 straight weeks. Probably going to do it again. I love the way this Bills offense is cooking. And anybody that's a viable piece, it's not going to be Brown, it's going to be Davis. So don't expect Brown wasted waiver wire pickup if you scoop them.
All right. Ankle injury. Chase Edmonds did not practice Thursday. Drake horse. I mean, it seems like Drake's already kind of snuck his way into that alpha role there anyway. This would seem to cement it even further. It seems like this would probably affect Drake owners more than it would be hurting the Edmonds owners, who probably are not putting a ton of stock in him at this point anyway.
Yeah, I've really gotten a couple sit starts about Edmonds. So this one is just one. Don't play Edmonds. He's probably not going to play anything. But then Drake, if he is the every down horse, because Edmonds does still seed into the third down snaps. He sneaks in for about 20% of the carries and about 50% of the targets. I mean, if all that goes to Drake in a decent matchup against Philly, a game that I think is going to put up some good points, Drake has to be top 15 at worst, maybe top 12 this week. He's really been cooking. He's scored a touchdown. I want to say 4 touchdowns in his last 4 weeks, maybe even 5. He's been really cooking, and this just only boosts his stock.
Mike Thomas, ankle injury, remains sidelined for Thursday's practice, assuming that means no work as well. What's there to say about Mike Thomas anymore?
He's been an absolute nightmare of a headache. Lately, he's been okay. He's kind of come through with decent 8 for 80 or 9 for 100. Pretty solid.
Has he been? I spent $64 or whatever in my auction on him. Okay.
No, not at all. First round, no. And now he's giving you another reason to fret. I imagine this is not going to be one that he sits out. They have a lot to play for. So I expect you to be able to have Mike Thomas. It's just a matter of who is his quarterback. And is it better for him to have Taysom Hill? Because he's played better in the few games he's had with Hill than he has in the few games he had with Brees. But I expect him to be out there.
A long time ago,
make sure you have a backup plan. This is a stud I do not expect to play. Julio Jones.
Hamstring issue. We hate hamstring issues. Did not practice Thursday. No work. Goes without saying. We hate the hamstrings. We hate the toe injuries when it comes to receivers. Looks like Julio's not going to go.
No, and there were some rumblings that the team might shut him down for the year.
I could see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I also, with the Thomas thing too, like Sanders is out there in a lot of waiver wires right now. He could end up becoming the alpha. Similar to Julio, Russell Gage is out there in over 90% of leagues right now. And he saw, a nice 12-point day in half PPR leagues, 72% of the offensive snaps, 7 targets last week. He's a nice, solid floor option, and only 4,600 on DraftKings too. Russell Gage, if Julio does sit this one out. And just another big bump for Calvin Ridley, who's already been just eating. Doesn't really matter who's in or out of the lineup. But last week we saw another 25-point day for Ridley. And then you expect yet another one of those against the Tampa Bay defense that's really struggling.
All right, Robert Woods, sidelined for Wednesday's practice with a thigh injury, also known as the quad. Sidelined, no good. What do you think? You think this is serious?
I don't know. The one thing that concerns me is they played on Thursday, so he had a lot of time to rest this thing, and now he's sitting again. So is it like, are you really giving the guy a Veterans Day of rest when he just had, a whole week to rest? It makes me nervous. And if he sits, maybe Tyler Higbee against a team that just got decimated by Darren Waller a couple weeks ago, maybe some of these tight ends, Gerald Everett, become more viable streamers should Woods miss time. And obviously Cooper Kupp would just become a vacuum of targets. And Josh Reynolds, a waiver wire hero, could end up being a very viable play. I think he plays. It doesn't seem like anything too serious to me, but just something that, again, we're just trying to get everything on your radar as you head into the weekend.
All right, as we continue along with the injury report, this is the most injuries we probably ever covered.
It's a crazy week, man. I know. I shouldn't have put this many on, but
we're like 27 minutes into the pod. Brandon Cooks' neck injury remained limited, and that's a direct quote for Thursday's practice. I'm not sure who that quote's attributed to, but he was limited. So he got some work in.
He did, and he was limited all last week before sitting out, so it's not a lock he's going to play. I imagine he's in, though. And last time out, Cutie ended up having 140 yards against the Colts. I imagine Cooks could do something similar to this team. So if he's in, it's risky. Less than 100 Cooks is always a risk, but he'd probably be a top 35 receiver for me, given his status as Deshaun Watson's number 1, and he just opens up so much of the field for the rest of this offense. So you hope to see him, especially if you're a Deshaun Watson owner. You might not have Cooks in there, but Deshaun Watson-wise, you really want to see Cooks play.
All right, Raheem Mostert, ankle injury. He was limited at Thursday's practice. 49ers, have they been eliminated? It kind of seems like they're hanging on by a thread at this point if they're still alive.
If they're alive, it's like 3% chance that they make it in at this point. Mostert did have an MRI as well, so both sketchy signs. It's just another reason, Jeff Wilson's only 50% owned or so right now. He should be 100% because if Mostert sits against Dallas and you're getting all the work, he'd be a top 15 running back play in that case. But it's looking like Mostert's going to play, and now it's suddenly like, back to the shitty-ass committee. And if he plays, even last week at limited capacity, he was ripping off a good chunk play after chunk play on limited carries. It's just like I would love to see him sit. So then Jeff Wilson's at least like, yes, I know exactly what I'm getting. Because otherwise it's a pretty ugly backfield. But I still do think it's the Jeff Wilson show. I have Wilson higher ranked for next week.
49ers designated tight end George Kittle. He's got the foot injury and he practiced on Thursday. It's great. I got him sitting on my bench and I am done. So, God, that burns me up. I've got this guy sitting on my bench right now. I made the big pickup that Mitch Chavez recommended, and it won't matter. I can't use him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's hitting my spot.
Stuff that benefits my fantasy team now that we're out just infuriates me.
Yeah, exactly. A savvy play that just won't matter for an owner like you and me.
I'm gonna be like 70 years old, rocking on my rocking chair on my porch and talking about how in 2020, if I could have just gotten through that play-in game for the playoffs, I had George Kittle stashed on my bench.
Yeah, exactly. I was guaranteed.
My grandkids are going to be like, "Would you please stop talking about that? You tell that story literally every time we come over."
Mom, Grandpa shit himself, and he's talking about George Kittle.
Right. Grandpa keeps talking about how he had George Kittle stashed.
I love it. Yeah, if he plays though, right back into your top 2 tight ends. Like it's him. It may be Waller, but he plays tonight, so I guess it'd be your number 3 tight end because Waller's my number 2 as of right now. He'd be a monster play against Dallas, even on a limited snap count.
Yeah,
you're getting Kittle into.
I would have loved to have had him.
Yeah. And the last two here, defensive injuries. Bradbury put on the COVID list for the Giants. Actually pretty big news as a cornerback. He's been really shut down. So Jarvis Landry, he's already on a hot streak, and now there's even less reason to worry about him. Shot up like 5 spots in my rankings because of this news. And then Kendricks, Eric Kendricks, the number 6 linebacker for Pro Football Focus, particularly good in coverage, is expected to be out this week. He did not practice. And that, what does it matter against, Trubisky? Dave Montgomery, it helps, who's cooking right now. And Cole Kmet, like the tight end, who would be assigned to cover.
David Montgomery. Say? I said Montgomery is cooking.
He really is.
What the hell's going on?
I wish we had, because I know we highlighted him on our strength of schedule show. Like, hey, this guy's if this guy had any talent, he'd crush the schedule. Well, it turns out he has a little more talent than I think we gave him credit for, and he is crushing that schedule. So this is even more reason to like him. Alrighty, folks, let's move on. We have over 100 questions, so I will rip through this at record pace. High or lower Hail Mary. I don't want
high or lower Hail Mary. All right.
We'll go high or lower Hail Mary. I have to. I prepped for it. I spent fucking 3 hours today getting ready.
I'm being summoned. Do the quarterbacks by yourself. I'll be back by the running backs. Okay.
Alrighty, sounds good. My higher quarterback of the week. And again, Wolfpack, if you don't mind giving this a like, I promise I appreciate your patience listening to this. Hopefully it's just good content and you enjoy it and it's useful for you. But ultimately, we want to give you some ideas. And then, of course, your questions. 116 questions right now. We will get to all of them. It's 7:18 right now. I will cut the higher lower Hail Mary by 7:40 to make sure we give you guys plenty of time. But a thumbs up would be so appreciated on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, shares, all that good stuff. Thank you, Wolfpack. Let's get into higher, lower Hail Mary. Jalen Hurts, my highest quarterback of the week, plus 4 ECR on him, QB9. He just ran for over 100 yards against the Saints defense that had not given up a 100-yard rusher in over 3 years, 55 fucking games. And Jalen Hurts did it. And then it also facilitated Miles Sanders doing it. Love what I saw from Jalen Hurts. Now he gets an Arizona defense even softer, plays a good amount of man coverage, back turned. Obviously the film out on this guy will make him a little easier to stop, right? That's the argument I've heard against him, and I get it. But ultimately, I love this matchup. I think Kyler Murray looks like he's back too. So I think this game, this Eagles and Cardinals game, is one that I'm really targeting. Love Jalen Hurts. I prefer him over Justin Herbert. My quarterback 15 minus 6 ECR, even against a banged up Raiders team. I'm fucking sick of this guy. He just put up QB 14, QB 30, and then QB 17 numbers. Far cry from the locked in QB 12 or better he had been literally for every single start these last 3 weeks. For whatever reason, since Austin Eckler has come back to the offense, whether it's just they're just going down to check down mode and they've stopped letting this guy sling, maybe it's been tougher matchups. I don't know what it is, but he's gone from on a pace of 45 touchdowns to now on pace for 21 touchdowns in games with Eckler as compared to games without it. I don't want to play Justin Herbert tonight. I know a lot of you guys probably have questions on him, given he's the guy tonight, Thursday Night Football. I have 14 quarterbacks, including Jalen Hurts, above him. And I probably bench Herbert. Now, he is going to be boosted because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are expected to play, but limited on a snap count. I'm just not in Justin Herbert tonight. My Hail Mary is Mitch Trubisky. He's kind of my go-to every single week. The dude has 21 or more fantasy points in 2 of his last 3 contests since returning. He's the quarterback 10. He's only 12% owned in 2 QB leagues. How is this guy still out there? A banged-up Minnesota defense. With the worst corners out there. I like Mitch Trubisky yet again. I don't know how his ownership has not gone up. And then he gets the Jags next week too. This guy deserves to be owned, whether 2 QB or fewer leagues. I'm all about Mitch Trubisky as my Hail Mary quarterback. It looks like the truth has returned from being summoned.
Yes, the summoning was brief. And I'm glad I showed up in time to hear you give Mitch Trubisky your perennial Hail Mary of the week once again.
Yes.
There's certain guys you love on that, and he's the most recent guy. All right, let's rip through the running backs. No, it's not a bad call. It's really not. Allen Robinson's a great receiver. Yeah. All right, let's rip through the running backs. Miles Sanders playing at Arizona. You got him as your 7. That's 5 higher than the experts.
And the reason I put him on there, it's like most people who own Miles Sanders probably want to play him, but I keep getting sit-start questions about him. So I wanted to address this and how high I have him. Running back 7, pretty much he's a must-start in my opinion at this point. And there's many reasons why. 81% of the snaps last week, 56 as compared to 15 for Boston Scott. 4 touches for Scott as compared to 18 for Miles Sanders, nothing from Jordan Howard. He wasn't even heard from. And we saw 115 yards, 2 TDs, another 21 through the air. This read option offense that they have put in the read RPOs really benefited him. That 82-yard touchdown came on an RPO play, and the defense just had no idea how to do this. And this was against, again, the Saints, who, just like against Jalen Hurts, who they let 100 yards up to, they let over 100 yards to Miles Sanders, the first running back to go over 100 yards on them in 55 games in literally 3 years and more. So that is an impressive feat. I think Miles Sanders now in a softer matchup. I don't understand how he's not a top 7 running back in everybody's rankings. So the questions like Cam Akers or Miles Sanders, like I'm going to go Miles Sanders, and I love Cam Akers. He's my number 10 running back, but I'm getting a lot of those like elite running backs. Which one do I jam into the flex? I'm going to go with Miles Sanders.
All right, lower. God, here we go. Zeke Elliott playing the 49ers. You got him as your 25-6 lower than the experts. I don't really feel like we need to spend too much time on this.
Let me just tell you his running back finishes since Dak Prescott went down. Running back 35, running back 35, running back 29, running back 30, running back 5, one nice day, running back 61, running back 22, running back 33. And yet he's ranked in the top 20 running backs every single week. I don't understand it. In fact, I feel like running back 25 right now is too high. I don't know why anybody. I have Gus Edwards. Let's put that into perspective. I have Gus Edwards and Jeff Wilson above Zeke Elliott.
And you should. You should.
And you should, right? Exactly. Deservedly so. So yeah, don't put Zeke Elliott in your lineup. No reason to go back to this guy at all. And especially the calf. We talk about the injury. He has a calf injury.
Do you know how bad you have to be the RB 61 on a given week? that means like you're worse than the worst second running back in the entire NFL on a team. Like the guy that gets like 4 carries or something. All right, Hail Mary running back, assuming no Wilson or Edwards, Lynn Bowden, only 28% owned. You're 10 spots higher than the experts on him. At 28% owned might be worth taking a shot, picking the guy up if you don't have him.
Why not, right? I mean, he's really a wide receiver who has running back eligibility. So this is more so like you're just desperate and sickened at running back. He saw 7 catches, 82 yards on 9 targets, was the running back 22 in standard leagues without even touchdowns there, was the running back 15 in half PPR. And it depends. We talked earlier how the targets are decimated but still practicing. So if all those guys are back, if Grant's playing, if Parker's playing, this Hail Mary kind of gets tossed out the window. But at least pick this guy up and see how this week develops, because he could be a really intriguing flex and intriguing wide receiver 3 or intriguing running back 2 because of the versatility he can bring to your lineup with that eligibility in so many different leagues.
Wide receiver, you're higher on Mike Evans playing Atlanta, of course. Wide receiver 17, 4 spots higher than the experts. Of course, we know Tampa Bay's got that juicy schedule. Didn't matter for me anymore. Had 2 of their receivers. Their season's done. So this just makes me angry, but I do think it's a good call.
Absolutely. I don't understand how people are not higher on this guy. He had literally, this is his first green matchup of the year. The first top 10 matchup any Bucs receiver has faced this year is Atlanta, and it couldn't be greener. They're number 3 in points allowed. They're so generous. And yeah, he had a little bit of a dud against Minnesota last week while he was dinged up with a hamstring injury, 7 points. Before that, he went 17, 13, and 19. Wide receiver 15, 24, and 10. And now we're ranking him outside our top 20 receivers? I don't understand that. I mean, he's a stud, and this is the easiest matchup he's faced all year. If you have Mike Evans, this could be the classic, like 2 touchdown, 150 day that we've been and even if not, they're going to move the ball at will on this Atlanta team. And he's like their goal line running back. It's unstoppable what him and Brady do when they get to the red zone. So I love Mike Evans. I don't know why there's so many questions on him. Get him in your lineup this week. He's going to blow up.
All right, wide receiver lower on DJ Chark at Baltimore. You got him as your 51. That's 17 or 14 spots lower than the experts. That one doesn't interest me that much. But you also got Claypool playing at Cincinnati as your wide receiver 36, 6 below the experts. That one interests me more. I'm curious about them both, of course, but give me your spiel on both of them.
Yeah, so a lot of questions on Chark, like Minshew's back. Do we go back to our Chark? No.
It's not like Minshew was that good anyway. No. That's like when everyone's like, wait till Andy Dalton gets back for the Cowboys. It's going to turn everything around. Get that guy from JMU out of here.
Exactly. Fucking trash. Minshew has not been that good. Yeah, it's better for Chark than Glennon, but still, just like we did with Zeke, Chark has been the wide receiver 79, 42, 77, 5, 37, 53, 71, and 93.
They both have had one good week.
Exactly. And how is he being ranked as a potential fringe starter, a wide receiver 37? Like, that suggests you can.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous to be starting this guy unless you're just absolutely desperate, which you probably aren't at this point in the season.
If you're in your settings, right, you're probably not considering him. But I have gotten some Claypool questions, and his snaps continue to go down. He was outsnapped by James Washington last week, 46 compared to 38 for Claypool. Do I understand why? No. Claypool's a freak. If you told me this guy was going to get the targets and the snaps that he was in for in the beginning of the year against Cincinnati, he had 17 against Cincinnati last team. This time, this one could blow up in my face because Cincinnati's that bad and Claypool's that good of a talent. But I don't want to have my playoffs on the line on a guy that's playing less snaps than James fucking Washington at this point. And that was with Deontay Johnson getting benched for a half, who almost played just as many snaps as Chase Claypool. I don't trust this guy anymore. I love the player. I think dynasty-wise, long-term, he's going to be an absolute monster. With the rest of my season on the line, I am not putting Claypool into my lineup.
All right, Hail Mary, wide receiver position, Tyron Johnson, you got him at 56 spots above the experts. Danny Amendola, 10 above the expert consensus rating, if you want to go for another one.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the deal. Tyron Johnson, now that both Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are expected to play, he loses a little bit of luster.
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to roll the dice with Tyron Johnson.
No, I'm going to take this one off. He did have, granted, 6 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown with no Mike Williams last week. But at this point, with both those guys, even at limited snaps, are going to be in, no more Tyron Johnson. So Danny Amendola, if you're completely desperate, again, if you're at this point in your playoffs, you probably don't need these types of Hail Marys. But he had back-to-back games with over 60 yards. December Danny has arrived. And I feel like he's the type of guy, like Chase Daniel, crap quarterback. But oftentimes, crap quarterbacks need that little security blanket, the guy, the little dink and dunks. So this is more so for like DraftKings Hail Marys or things of that nature, facing a Tennessee team that they're going to need to play a lot of comeback ball against. I wouldn't be shocked to see Danny Amendola come out with like a 8 to 10 catch day and just go completely berserk on DraftKings. So that's more so a DraftKings Hail Mary than anything else. All
right, let's get to tight ends. We do have just a massive mailbag staring us down right now. So Evan Ingram against the Browns, 3 spots above the experts.
Yep, and it's the Browns, number 2 in terms of points allowed. And Ingram's had 3 matchups against green light teams. He's been top 10 in all of them. He's scored over 12 in all of them. I love him to go tight end 7. He's ranked outside the top 10, and I don't understand why. I think he's going to blow up against this awful, awful Browns defense.
Hayden Hurst still getting mentions on the pod. You got him as your tight end 20. That's 6 below the experts. Also, Jordan Reed. What are you doing, man? Oh, you're actually on the right side of this one. Going at Dallas, tight end 21, 8 spots below the experts. How in the world could you have Jordan Reed as your tight end 13? Come on.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, if Kittle returns, no one's going to rank him that high. But yeah, I think a lot of people see Dallas.
I don't even care. I don't even care.
Nope. He bailed so many people out with like a garbage time touchdown a week ago.
Yeah, I remember. I was thinking the same thing.
Shit. Doesn't matter. He is so bad. He's a bitch. I fucking hate Jordan Reed. So there you go. That's your analysis. Don't play him. He's a bitch. And then Hayden Hurst, since suffering an ankle injury, has been 0, 7, 1, and 1 fantasy points. Why is he a tight end 14 in rankings when he hasn't been? He's been the tight end 58, 18, 44, and 51. He's been at bottom 44 or worse in 3 out of 4 weeks. Disgusting. Awful. Oh, hideous. No need for him, especially when you got a Hail Mary like
Irv Smith Jr., tight end 11, 7 spots above the experts who have him at a pathetic tight end 18. You got this guy as a starter.
Way above Hayden Hurst and Jordan Reed, who he's somehow below in the rankings. Makes no sense for me. Irv Smith has been the tight end 3 in 2 of his last 3 weeks active. He's again, granted, been injured for a bunch of weeks, but he's been active the last 3 times. 2 have been top 3 with 14 points, including last week, 63 catches. 63 catches would be fucking insane. 63 yards, 4 catches, a touchdown. The guy is a beast. Irv Smith is so athletic. He's got a great chemistry, and Chicago gives up the 3rd most points to tight ends, and they're very good against receivers. So this is kind of like if you pass, you hit the tight ends against them. Jordan Akins was about to make our prediction for Hail Mary last week. Gorgeous until he lost the ball in the sun. It literally, did you see that play? I don't know if you saw it. They threw the ball at him. It hit him in the shoulder pad. Like,
I saw it.
He just was like, huh? Fucking moron.
We're right. So we're playing football.
Yeah.
I got one question for you, and then let's hit the mailbag. Okay.
Yeah.
Flex spot. Would you start Irv Smith or Zeke?
Oh man, probably Irv. Honestly, I think
I know. I just
Irv.
wanted to hear you say it. I just wanted to hear you say those words. I would start Irv Smith Jr. over Ezekiel Elliott in the flex right now if I had to. Yep.
Awesome.
I just wanted to hear you say it. All right, let's get to the mailbag.
Got it out of me. All righty, folks. What you've been waiting for. Thank you for your patience. 45 minutes. That's a pretty quick pod for us, Nat. We got through what we needed to get through. Now let's get to your questions, Wolfpack. And just a quick last plug. If you're willing to give this a thumbs up as we hit the mailbag, we're at 21 likes. We've hit like 40 on our Sunday broadcast. Can we hit 40 on our Thursday broadcast? We shall find out. And a quick, just a little plug too. If you go to rotostreetjournal.com/support2020, our man Toons getting the first testimonial in for us. Fucking gold. Love you, Toons. But it would mean so much to us. If we've helped you at all, just please consider writing some kind words for us because we're trying to put it all together in a pitch deck. Your words could be the one that helps get us to the next level in terms of sponsors, in terms of investors, all that good stuff. So Wolfpack, if we've helped you at all throughout this 2020 season, please consider visiting rotostreetjournal.com/support2020. We're not even asking for money. We're just looking for testimonials, although there is a tip jar at the bottom if you are interested, but of course not expected. Testimonial, though, if you can take the 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it takes to write a fucking testimonial, 3 minutes, it would mean so much to us. So thank you again, Wolfpack. Let's get to all your questions now.
All right, now look, we got a lot of questions here, and we want to try to get through these by kickoff. I mean, that's a high bar, but we're going to do our best. Russell Kaiser, Woods, Godwin, Thomas Hilton. I need 3. I mean, with the Woods injury right now, and the Thomas injury too. Jesus, I like Hilton. As crazy as that is,
I love. So he only needs 3. He needs 3 of them. I'm gonna probably bench Godwin after last week. Like, yeah, the Atlanta matchup's nice as long as Woods is healthy against the Jets, though. Like, you can't bench him against the Jets. Thomas, it's a little sketchy. If Taysom Hill's playing, okay, I probably sit Godwin here, Russell Kaiser, as of right now.
I probably do too. Denny Jennings. We're flipping around somewhere here in the comments.
I don't know if it might have already moved some down. 654. So
I actually feel like we lost some of the early ones, man.
I think a bunch got bumped. And so, guys, if you got bumped, we can't.
Is it because we're too popular?
I guess we're too popular, which is fucking awesome. Thank you guys again. But it looks like 654 is the last question registered because we got so many early on. So, guys, if you got an early question in, please re-ask it because we cannot scroll up and see them. The last we saw is Russell Kaiser at 654. And we don't want to not hit the guys that got here early and got your questions in early. So we will fire through these, especially for a guy like Denny Jennings, our fucking legends.
We'll get to it. Steven Hernandez, defense, 49ers, Colts, Packers.
I'm leaning 49ers this week. Banged up team on the other side. I like that one. I give me the 49ers.
All right, Pitt, Steel City. Chances of Kittle coming back in. Thanks, guys. Question mark. We talked about Kittle. He's not going to be back this week, but I'd say the chances of him coming back.
He's practicing.
Didn't they kind of suggest he probably wouldn't be back this week, though?
They're saying, like, why risk him? But, yeah, I think there's a slight chance. And if he plays, he's in your fucking lineups. You know that at this point. If Kittle plays, he's in your lineups.
I think the question mark at the end of thanks, guys, is, like, if we were to give him good advice.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm cautiously optimistic. Thanks, guys. Joaquin Garina, Fournette over McKissick?
That's a great question. Obviously, if, Gibson playing, be doing work on the sidelines ends up to be him playing, then no. But I have these guys 22 and 23. McKissick slightly ahead because Seattle gives up a lot of receiving points. Our man Jared Smola over at Draft Sharks, great follow if you guys don't follow him. Tweet out a great stat about how much receiving work the Seahawks give up to running backs. So I kind of lean McKissick here.
Okay. Trey S. wants to know full PPR. Choose 3. Marvin Jones, Josh Jacobs, Chris Godwin, Melvin Gordon, DJ Moore, or Swift. Thanks, gents. You're welcome in advance, Trey. That's 6 guys. Who you like? What are your top 3 guys there?
I'm going to go Jacobs for sure. Lock him in tonight. I know I told someone else to bench Russell Kaiser to bench Godwin, but of these options, I like Godwin. I don't want Marvin Jones with Chase Daniel. I don't hate Melvin Gordon, but I think I prefer Swift. I could see them really taking to the run game to try to hide Daniel's deficiencies. So as of right now, Trey, I'm going to go Jacob, Godwin, and Swift. If Kurt Samuel's knocked out, though, DJ Moore is going to get a lot more intriguing. So I guess we got to do a Saturday show because we have Saturday football this week.
Right,
you know what? I'll have to do a Saturday.
I agree with you. I agree on Jacobs and Godwin. I would probably lean, unless Samuel's going out, I'd probably lean towards Gordon, to be honest.
You're leaving Gordon? Yeah, I mean, Gordon has been a force lately, too.
I would probably lean on Gordon, yeah. Mike Clay, he did well against them in their previous matchup in Dome and Las Vegas putting points on the board. I see shootout potential, also highest over-under out of all the games this week. I think this is one of those that was connected to a previous comment that we maybe actually didn't get to talk about. So
I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad. Like loyal fans that get it early, we might miss your questions. I didn't realize it didn't let us scroll all the way up. So again, keep them coming in, guys. He's talking about Herbert and why he should be a good play this week. But I don't know if I buy it.
All right, Marco Escobar. This is Keenan just upgraded to active. Remember, we were talking a lot about Allen and Williams earlier in the show. Thanks, Marco. Katie Jiggs. Hey, fellas. Half-point PPR, need wide receiver and a flex. Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Aguilar, and Patrick.
Whew. A lot of tough options here, Keen. I'm going to go Cooper and Aguilar personally, but I have all these guys in like wide receiver 29 to wide receiver 35. Like they're all sandwiched into that tier. So it's tough, but I go Cooper and I go Aguilar. Do you have any strong feelings for anybody else, Truth? I
really don't. I'd probably lean the same two guys, especially with Cooks with a neck injury right now, Yeah. Seems like Ilias Giftopoulos, pick one. Ayuk, Woods, Justin Jefferson.
I'm going to Ayuk. And maybe if Kittle comes back, I'll change my mind here. But the main vein, 16 fucking targets last week, 39% share, now getting Dallas, the second most points allowed. Give me Ayuk all day. And I like Woods. I like Jefferson, but it's Ayuk this week.
Mike Ferrandez, standard lead. Keenan tonight or Gus the Bus?
I'm going to go Keenan. I'm just going to stick with my stud. I like Gus.
We have to, right? We have to.
Yeah, against Gus. Gus is a good bet for a touchdown against the Jags. He also only played 25% of the snaps last week. So I'm going to go Keenan. I'm going to stick to my guns there.
Dan Dwyer says Keenan Allen has my brain in a pretzel. Start Ayuk instead. Ugh.
Dan Dwyer. I know you're a big fan of the old planners. Yeah, if you haven't had this one, Dan Dwyer, good Beverly legend over there. Old Soul by Old Planners. Fantastic beer, Dan Dwyer. I'm going to go Ayuk over Keenan Allen tonight, though. I am. That's one where, okay, I would sit Keenan Allen. I have Ayuk as my wide receiver.
That's a good option.
Yeah, that's a good enough option to bench.
All right, Katie Jiggs, full PPR flex, CH, Gus Edwards or Parker.
Not Parker, and CH is kind of sickening. So I think I'm leaning Gus. I know I just kind of shit on Gus over Keenan, but yeah, I think I'm leaning Gus.
It's all relative, man. If you want to look skinny, hang out with fat people.
I will say, though, CH did just play 74% of the snaps, which was a season high.
I know. It was more of a reflexive gasp from me than based on what he did last week. So I'm more just used to being like, oh, this guy again.
Yeah, I Gus versus CH is really tough. I think Gus is a good bet to score against the Jags, though. CH has the higher touch floor, but the Saints are going to really bounce back, I think, as a run D. So I'm leaning Gus, but it's close.
All right, Mitch Chavez says, good evening, guys. How's the snow hitting, Wolf? How much so far? How much snow did you get in your neck of the woods, Wolf?
We got crushed. I want to say, well, I don't know, maybe like a little less than a foot. How about you? You get hard usually.
I'm going to say we got in the 12 to 14 inch range.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as I think they
pretty much like a standard Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, exactly. Standard Bridgewater over here. Exactly. Oh, yeah.
We
got this one earlier, Dwyer, but now this has emojis. So, again, Ayuk is my play. He
mentions he has a great matchup.
Yeah. I play Ayuk here is my play.
All right, Denny Jennings. Damn, sorry, fellas. I'm assuming that's because we lost and we're out. Got Cook and Gallman, wide receivers. Kupp, Julio, Robbie Anderson. Well, we know Julio is a big if. Got Wilson on the bench. Any change if Julio does not play? Do I go with Wilson or AB? Half-point PPR. Sorry for the book comment.
Yeah, it's a long-ass comment, Danny. I think I don't see many changes. If Julio's sitting, I think I go Wilson, especially if Mostert sits. I do love AB against Atlanta, though. It depends on Mostert and what that role's looking like. But I lean Wilson right now, yes.
All right, Pitt Steel City 63, Cook or Akers. I'm assuming that's Akers, standard?
Yeah, you got to go Dalvin Cook. I mean,
sure.
It's Dalvin Cook. You always go Dalvin Cook. That's the answer 10 out of 10 times. You go Dalvin Cook.
Mike Clay, Lynn, he means Anthony Lynn, also said Eckler would be on a snap count first game back. How'd that work out? I mean, Lynn also probably thinks the moon's made out of green cheese. So,
yeah, well, it is.
Right.
But yeah, when he did say that, Eckler did also play like all the snaps and had like 30 touches, like a career high. So I get that. I don't put much stock into the snap count. I'm playing Keenan Allen tonight. I am.
All right, Carlos Orozco, Ravens or 49ers defense?
Ravens have the Jags. What are we thinking? It's the Ravens. Come on.
All right. Kicks for Mike. Standard. Kyler or Justin Herbert? Allen? Scary Terry? Ayuk?
I'm going Kyler over Herbert, definitely. And then of those three receivers, I go Ayuk. I go Ayuk.
Right? Go Ayuk.
He's my favorite. Yep.
All right. Justin Mars, start 2. Standard. Lockett. Cook. Cutie. Aguilar.
I'm going to go Lockett, and now it comes down to, like, do you go Aguilar tonight over the Texans guys? I probably waited out for the Texans guys. And like, if Cook sits, Cutie's that much better of a play. And if not, I think you're probably going Cook. But I'm going to go Lockett as the lock here. And, I mean, Aguilar could really go off tonight. He really could.
Yeah, but he could also – yeah, I mean –
yeah, but he's so boom or bust. Like, I'm going to probably wait this one out. And if Aguilar goes off, I'm sorry, Maz. But, yeah, I'm going to go Lockett and one of the Texans and then figure out, is Cook playing? And if so, it's probably Cook.
All right, DJ Johnson. Chubb averages more yards per carry than any back through their first 3 seasons. Stud. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Kicks from Mike. Right. I don't know what that is, but hello, Kicks.
Hey, what's up? Kyle Tuneberg, get those testimonials in. I did mine earlier today. Thanks, Tunes.
RoastYourGerald.com/support2020. I was actually, I will admit it, I'm pretty underwhelmed by the amount of testimonials that have turned up, given how many of you guys show up every week and how many times we answer all your fucking questions. And I love it. I do it because I love you guys. But come on. We're not asking for fucking anything other than like 5-10 minutes of your time. And you guys come here and we give you fucking hours and hours every week. Give us a little testimonial, guys. I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but come on. We're not asking for much here. And thank you, Tunes. You're a fucking legend with it.
Of course, we're not talking to you, Tunes.
Absolutely.
TS, will Eckler be limited? I have Akers as a backup. Also, if you're high on Akers, would you play him over Deontay, Godwin, or Ridley? Flex spot PPR. Thanks. That's some good company. I'd play him over Godwin.
Yeah, I'd play him over Godwin or Deontay. Not over Ridley. I do not play him over Eckler either. I think Eckler could eat tonight. So I'm going to go Eckler over Akers, but I'm also going to go Akers over all those receivers other than Ridley.
Bill Jiggs, please stop giving Katie advice. She's trying to cement a 3rd title in 4 years of dynasty. Her condescension is off the charts. You've created a monster.
I love it. I love it.
It's a public forum, Bill. I mean, we got to answer her questions if she messages us.
Absolutely. Three titles in 4 years would be quite the run. So let's go.
I just love the notion of condescension being off the charts. I've been there. I've been on both sides of that, Bill. I've been the giver and I've been the taker of that.
Yeah. And I've
been married for a long time.
and he gets to look up at the trophy every day he wakes up. He has to see a trophy that's not his. They invited her. I love the story behind it. They invited her as like let's get the wife in. It'll be an easy like money buy-in. And since then, she's won, going for a 3rd and 4. Unbelievable run from the Keen. So let's go, Katie.
Screw you, Bill. Katie.
Let's
Ross,
go.
do I play Keenan on a snap count or Tim Patrick? I'm going Keenan.
I'm going to go Keenan, definitely. Yeah, I'm going Keenan, snap count or not. I'm going there. I don't know what elbow cough means. And okay.
I think he might be referring to that last question. I think he's maybe saying like Keenan. I don't know. I'm just interpreting. I don't know, Anthony. First name Jerry, Zeke or Jeff Wilson?
What's up, Rick Fix? I love you, first name Jerry. We talk a lot in DMs. I'm going to go Jeff Wilson. Fuck
yeah,
Zeke.
That's why I'm laughing.
Screw Zeke. Absolutely. He said that's a huge one, but I think Zeke or Wilson, like it's Wilson.
Austin Forrester. Last time I heard of someone doing work on the side, they were selling meth to sue. Maybe Gibson's doing the same. Okay, let's get real though. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? I say yes, it is.
Absolutely. I'm all aboard the Die Hard Christmas movie train. Yes.
Mike Clay, do we like Aguilar tonight? It would be my second flex.
I don't hate him. I don't know who
you got. I don't think he's a terrible option, but it depends who you're talking about against him.
I don't think he's as terrible as you think, Truth. No rugs.
I don't think he's terrible. I didn't say he was terrible. When did I say he was terrible?
Oh, I thought you just said I think he's terrible, but who else do you have?
No, I said I don't think he's a terrible choice, but it depends who else you have.
Oh, yeah. Your terrible internet just kind of went in and out, so that's why I missed you a little bit over there. But, I don't think he's awful. It depends on who you have, but I like getting Aguilar in there. Yeah, he's not bad. He's not a bad play at all.
Denny Jennings, Bills or Titans defense? Man, I cannot imagine starting the Titans defense. They're so terrible. I know they have a good matchup, but man, I mean, they're just a Swiss cheese defense, aren't they?
They are, but they're also facing Chase Daniels, so it's like, oh.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But the Bills also get Drew Lock, and they've really tightened up since getting healthy as a run defense, and that's the one thing the Broncos can kind of do. So I like the Bills here. I think the Bills will be a good play.
I do too. Cody Hoxie, pick one: Jeff Wilson, Cole Beasley, or Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. I'm sticking with my guy.
I'm going Keenan also.
Yeah, we gotta stick with our guy here. Let's do it.
Denny Jennings. Every time Brees sneezes, it hurts my ribs. Denny
with the old hurts puns. Love it.
Kyle Tunerberg, how much of a hit does Hawk take with Stafford being out? I have Irv Smith on the bench, and Kmet is available to pick up.
That's a tough one. I mean, I probably stay Hawk over just because he's so good. And he's the type of the way he's used would help a guy like Daniels, a safety valve, right over the middle. It does obviously hurt for sure. I think I stick Hawk over Irv Smith just because of how good Hawk's been. Just to take him out of your lineup sends a bad message to your fantasy locker room. So I'm going to stick to Hawk, but it's closer than you'd actually think.
Luke Cesar, Allen or Evans?
This is where it gets tough, right? Evans, great matchup, my higher receiver of the week. Allen's been so steady and consistent. I think this Allen thing is going to end up being a bunch ado about nothing. I think you're going to get your regular Keenan Allen. Now, we have seen him. This is
Taylor Jones' call.
This could be Taylor Jones' time, because literally last year, week 15, Allen got knocked out the first drive of the game and didn't play again. Yep. And cost a ton of owners titles. So Evans is safer. Evans is definitely safer. If this is oh man, fuck. I don't know. I don't fucking know, Luke. I almost always have an answer. And this is one where it's I'm probably going to go Keenan, but he has fucked people over in the semis before. And this would just be a time is an endless circle.
Luke, that is as wishy-washy of an answer as you're going to get from the Wolf. He's saying he'd probably go Allen. You can tell he is not super confident in that. Just for whatever it's worth, I'm not the expert you are. That's the same way I would lean, and I would be just as unsure.
It's one of those things where my head is saying Allen, and as I'm saying it, my gut's shut the fuck up. It's
what, are you crazy?
It's just one of those ones that has.
We're getting a lot of Allen questions coming up here. So J2K says, should I play Allen or Beasley? I'm going Allen on that one.
Yeah, that's where I go Allen. I like Beasley. He's a nice player, but I'm going Allen there.
Craig wants to know Allen or Herbert, but he's talking about Josh Allen.
I'm going to go Josh Allen, definitely. Yep. Josh Allen, roll him out.
Me too. Play both the Allens. Darren Murray. Huh?
I said good to see.
Yeah, always good to see Craig. Definitely. Darren Murray, Rashad Higgins, or Aguilar, PPR.
I'm going to go. So my man Mitch Chavez texted me some interesting stats about Higgins. I think I'm going to go Aguilar, but I guess over the last 2 weeks, Higgins has outscored Hopkins and Robinson and all these studs. Higgins has been going off, and now they're without Bradbury, their best corner. Higgins is getting really intriguing to me. I have him at 43. That's way too low. I feel like I should be bumping Higgins up right around where Aguilar is at 34. I'm going to go Aguilar, but man, Higgins is close, Darren. Higgins is real close.
Kyle Tunerberg, Eckler, stock up with Allen and Williams, maybe on a pitch count.
It doesn't hurt him, but he also is limited too. So it's but yeah, of course, more targets for him if they are actually on a pitch count. But as Mike Clay pointed out, like, I don't know that I buy Anthony Lynn saying anybody's ever on a pitch count, ever.
Or anything that Anthony Lynn has ever said. Peter Gardner, Allen or Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders. Like, this is a great one to bench Keenan for. I love Miles Sanders this week.
Yep. Danny Jennings, fuck Julio. That hurts. Fuck.
Danny Jennings.
J2K, does anyone know if Allen's going to be a full go tonight? I know he's playing, just not if he's a full go. All we know is what Anthony Lynn said, which is that he's on a rep count.
Yeah, Anthony calls him on a rep count. We also don't believe a word that comes out of Anthony Lynn's mouth, so we will find out.
Axel Celestino, should I start Allen or Godwin? I would say definitely Allen.
Yeah, I'm going to go Keenan Allen over Godwin. I am.
Yep. All right, keep rolling through the banners. Jay, I heard Allen's limited. There's just some guys talking.
Yeah.
Craig, every time Denny makes a pun, it hurts.
It does.
It's toxic. Okay, boys. Someone tell me Miles Sanders or Keenan Allen. We literally just answered that one. I'll listen to what you guys said. We like Sanders here, man.
Love Sanders. This is a big Sanders show. I'm all about Sanders this week.
All right, Jay, thanks. I probably won't take that chance in the playoffs. I hear you. Marco, he has no injury designation, so it's even more frustrating with Keenan. Denny Jennings coming back with it hurts so good, though. Little banter in the comments. It's toxic. Comes back. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Sanders only does good when he has big plays. I think I'm going to go with Allen. Okay.
We're going Sanders here. Sanders show. I think this read option is what's really going to unlock him the rest of the year. He says Bruno says help, but I don't know what his question is.
Craig said I had to rent a car. Guess where I went? Hurts. Spelled differently. Bruno Tabit. Allen's not 100%. He'll have his reps limited. Then Mitch. Can't wait to use Kittle. LOL. Yeah, I mean, you're the one whose idea it was anyway. So,
yeah,
I guess. Denny Jennings, please, fantasy gods, let Kittle play. J2K, Allen's going to be limited. Probably not worth the play. I don't know. We had a lot of opinions on that.
Yeah,
we think you should go with him. We think
it really depends on your options, J2K, but I don't think I'm benching Allen right now. I really don't. It could be the play of the year.
Always good for a good comment. Frank Ragnow, center for the Detroit Lions, injured with a fractured throat. Last time I heard of that happening, Tommy Lee was wrecking Pamela Anderson.
Oh my God, jeez, Austin. You guys are sick motherfuckers.
Austin. Craig, hoping he's out. That would hurt. That one doesn't work, Craig. That would hurt would have worked, but hurts no. Yeah. It's toxic. When he gets the reps, the ball will go his way. He gets lots of targets. That's the freaking truth. Otrabron, Raiders are short DBs, right?
Yeah, they 4 starters. So, yeah, they are dinged up. So that's why Keenan Allen, even if he's playing 60% of the snaps, I'm all in. I'm still going with him. I apologize in advance because we have seen Keenan Allen be a fucking douche in the semis, literally the same exact scenario last year. Maybe I just don't learn my lesson, but Keenan Allen's too fucking good with Justin Herbert. I cannot bench him this point.
Inceptivus 1, start Robert Woods or Deontay Johnson, and Hawkinson or Andrews.
So I'm going Robert Woods. The Deontay Johnson benching over the drops, which he continues to still drop them, makes me nervous that he might just get benched for the whole game. And then I'm definitely going Andrews. Jaguars matchup this week. Maybe no Marquise Brown. Should be an alpha target hog for Mark Andrews. So I'm all about him. So give me Andrews, give me Robert Woods there.
It's toxic. Yeah, the Raiders have no Abrams and no Arnett.
Yep. So he's answering that person's question about the Raiders being dinged up.
Gary Santos, last time they said Keenan Allen was limited, he went off. Should I start him? I mean, not necessarily based on that, but yeah, I mean, if you believe in him, you believe in him. Play him. Don't worry about what Anthony Lynn's saying, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I'm in agreement there as well. And there's one last plug, Wolfpack. If you haven't already given it a thumbs up on YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, and share it out to anybody, it would just mean the world. And rotostreetjournal.com/support2020 is where you could potentially submit us a testimonial, give us a tip if we've helped you out. It would mean the world. Your support is why we just love doing this because we love doing it. It's not your sport, but we love having you guys here every week. And if you want to do something to support the show, I know a lot of you asked how you can.
Testimonial. Wolf wants testimonials. J2K, I'm just nervous about using Allen if they're saying he might be limited. Yeah, of course. I get it. Otrabron, I'm starting him over Woods. Okay.
That's a close one. Like, I have Woods and Allen right neck and neck. You got that Jets matchup. I might go Woods for the safety there, Otrabron.
I would probably go Allen, to be honest.
The Todd father.
I love the Todd father. Love the content. I honestly, dude, I really appreciate it.
We love you too, Todd. We absolutely do.
It's toxic. Yeah, I think I'm going to start him once he gets targets. The ball go his way. Yep.
So
Jeremiah,
what I'm going to do,
go ahead.
it looks like we have a lot of like a conversation going on here. So I'm going to try to skip over some of these and find like, it's awesome. I love that the Wolfpack interacts and like helps each other out.
Too.
That's the fucking best. But I want to try to find like a question like this.
Justin Jackson or Keenan Allen? That's a question from JJ Neer.
Keenan Allen. Like JJ Neer. Keenan Allen. No, don't like just Jackson.
Justin
Come on.
Jackson. All right, Richard R. Lost Julio. PPR play. Gage Claypool already playing Deontay Johnson. T. Higgins or Bowden looking for a ceiling play.
I would probably go Gage here, Richard R. I think I'm going to go Gage at that point. Right. And Toxic says Claypool has the highest ceiling, but Gage is a smart play. So you're agreeing with me. I like that.
MMA fight. I like it when people agree with me. MMA fight game. Keenan Allen or Antonio Brown? You got to go Keenan Allen here.
I'm sticking to Keenan Allen. Yep, absolutely.
J2K. I can't decide if I should play Keenan Allen or Cole Beasley.
I'm going Keenan Allen. I think we get to that one. And John Brown's not back, even though Dick's Toxic says that he's ruled out.
Yeah, Austin First or Mike Evans ain't a bad play, but Brady couldn't hit the giant pink elephant if it was standing in the middle of the room. Dude needs to get on target this week. Brady does have some impressive misses this year. He does miss some folks by a mile.
Absolutely.
All right, keep going. Trey Briggs, help. Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts?
I'm going Jalen Hurts this week. I love Hurts, and I'm down on Herbert.
You hate Herbert. You hate Herbert.
I really do this week.
No, you just hate him in general. He makes you really angry. I can tell. When his name comes up, you get pissed off. And it didn't happen for a while, but he's been making you mad for a while now.
Yeah. He cost me my year. He cost me my season.
Yeah. Well, right. That'll do it to anybody. Kyle Tuneberg. Is Parker droppable?
He's definitely borderline, depending on who you have. Absolutely. Who you're trying to pick up. I could see him being droppable.
Austin Forrest or Guyton or Tyron tonight in DraftKings.
I prefer Tyron, but Guyton's that big play guy that no one else will have if you're trying to differentiate yourself. He catches that 68-yard bomb, like bam, it's Guyton. I lean Tyron for the higher reception upside.
Little League dueling. Need to start three. Can't decide. Kamara, David Montgomery, Mike Davis, or Josh Jacobs. Full PPR.
You got a lot of good options here. I think Alvin Kamara does come a lot down to Brees playing or not. I lean here. I go Kamara, Montgomery, Davis, though. I think I'm benching Jacobs tonight. Now, he could have a 2-touchdown day, Little League dueling.
That's a tough bench, man.
You got some great options, but the way I rank them, I have Jacobs RB14, and the other guys are all in my top 12. So it's close, but I'm going to bench Jacobs of those options, Little League.
All right, Muhammad Faki, Allen or Cooper?
I'm going to go Allen. I'm going to stick to Keenan Allen tonight, folks. I'm sticking strong with him.
Me too. Jose Vega, Keenan Allen, James Robinson, or Robbie Anderson for my flex, full PPR.
James Robinson. He's been such a stud, and that Ravens run defense is not that good.
Brett Brees, hey guys, Keenan Allen on a snap count tonight or Marvin Jones against Tennessee?
I'm going Keenan Allen all day. I'm not into Marvin Jones, especially with Chase Daniels at quarterback.
Cinema Studios, would you start Allen, Guyton, Rashard Higgins, or Tyron Johnson?
Allen. Again, a lot of these questions, I love the Keenan Allen questions, but I am going to stick with him. I'm going to stick it out and hope he pans out big.
JJ Neer, how's everyone feeling about Justin Jackson versus the Bears? I feel like JJ Neer's the one who asked about Justin Jackson over Keenan Allen.
Nah, fuck Justin Jackson. I have no interest.
I have no interest either, JJ. Sorry.
Oh no, I want to get back. I just lost my place, and I lost.
I'm here.
No, I know. You have the comments. Okay, cool. Yeah. Why don't you hit those?
I don't know who needs to hear this. Bean824 ever says, but if you have Keenan Allen, you start Keenan Allen.
Yes, I think a lot of people need to hear that, and it's the absolute truth.
Yeah, Chase Dunnigan, Keenan Allen over anyone who isn't a huge name.
Yep.
There you go. Denny Jennings, if Kittle plays, play him or Ingram. I could always flex the one I don't play at tight end.
I would play Kittle either way, and it maybe you flex Ingram, but probably not at that point. But Kittle definitely if he plays.
Chase Dunnigan, my issue is Keenan Allen or Cam Akers.
Cam Akers at that point, yes.
Right.
I love Cam Akers. As you said, Chase, a stud. You play Keenan Allen as a stud name. Cam Akers proves he's a stud. I ride him out right now.
Break Davis, Keenan, Deontay, or Mostert. We're going Keenan, right?
Yep, Keenan.
Yep. I'm going. Let's see. Oh shoot! Now I lost my place.
Fuck. There was We have so many questions, and I love this. We have this many questions, but now I can't scroll up. That's the one thing with StreamYard.
All right. Give me a second here. Give me a second.
I'm
Sorry,
at
folks.
here.
This is
I'm
highly
at-
unprofessional. Highly unprofessional. Oh shit! Where'd it fucking go?
I'll just roll with what we have here and apologize again if we missed your guys' questions. This is a record number, and I love it. But at this point, it keeps like jumping down, and then we miss questions.
Here we go. Caleb Gill, Allen, Jacobs, or Ayuk?
See, there I'm going Ayuk. I love Ayuk this week. I think he's going to go 150.
I think I skipped a few when I went to him. Shit.
It's okay. Just keep ripping them.
All right. I'm going to keep ripping them. If I missed you, I'm sorry, guys. Nelson or Allen? We like Allen, of course.
Yep. It seems like we are also out there on YouTube, like to a lot more people than we typically reach right now, which is awesome. If you guys want more of these and are willing to join, hit that subscribe button. The bell will also tell you when we go live. And you can always comment and question. We'll do our best to answer everything we get. So this is awesome. Love all these questions. We want to get as many as we can now. We have about 20 minutes till kickoff, so we'll rapid fire.
Jonathan, Addy, Brady or Tannehill this week?
I'm going Brady. I love that Atlanta matchup. And I think Tannehill, they're just going to destroy them, and they're going to have to take the air out of the ball pretty early.
PTY Alpha 04. Is Jacobs 100%?
Yeah, he's healthy. I'm playing him from over most.
Dean Spahn, Corey Davis or Woods?
Woods. Over at the Jets, yeah. Give me Woods.
Vasily R. Does Anthony Lynn say a lot of BS?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he does, but he also just appears to be like not like a particularly bright guy in general. Like the stuff that he does is indefensible.
He might even believe what he says, which is fun.
Yeah. I mean, he's made some of the most indefensible coaching decisions I can ever recall seeing. That's why I trash him all the time. Eduardo, Inclán, Rodriguez, Jefferson, or Keenan? We like Keenan, right?
I like Keenan. Yeah, the Jefferson matchup scares me. I'm going to stick to Keenan here.
Yep. All right. We already answered this, but I'll say it again. Ruben Molinares, Keenan Allen, or Agahar, PPR. Yeah, we like Keenan. PTY Alpha 4, Russell Wilson because of the O-line and matchup, or Tannehill?
Russell Wilson. Stick him out there.
Jonathan Addy, Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers?
I actually just saw I have Tannehill higher than Russell Wilson, by the way, now that I look at my rankings. I am nervous the Titans just blow them out and take the air out of the ball. What was that one? You just moved it. Sorry.
Oh, did I? Sorry. It was Lamar or Aaron Rodgers?
I'm going to go Lamar against the Jags. Aaron Rodgers is safer, but I'm going to go Lamar Jackson against that Jacksonville matchup. I think he's going to run all over.
And that was Jonathan Addy's question. Broderick, Force TA, Algahar, Pittman, Rashard Higgins, Patrick, and Lazard for my wide receiver 2 in standard.
I lean Aguilar. Higgins is my close next.
Me too.
But I lean Aguilar here. Broderick. Yep. Let's go, baby.
I also do. All right, Dean Spahn, Hunter Henry or Tanya soon. I think Tanyan. You think that's what he meant?
Yep. Go Tanyan, baby. Absolutely right. Tanyan.
Tunes wants to know CH Aguilar or Gage for my flex. I already have Ridley starting.
I'm gonna probably go CEH. I think I like Aguilar tonight, but I'm gonna probably go CEH.
Dakota M. Eckler on a quote unquote pitch count or Miles Sanders?
I have Eckler 6, Sanders 7. It's real close. Is Eckler really on a pitch count? Like, is that actually?
I mean, you said he was limited. I hadn't heard pitch count. I did hear pitch count about Williams and about Allen. I don't know, but let's say Eckler's limited or whatever. You know what I mean?
If he's really limited, then I would obviously want Sanders. So if you want the higher floor, maybe you go Sanders here tonight. But I personally think Eckler could get peppered.
All right, Caleb Gill. I think we answered this before, Allen or Ayuk, and we said Ayuk in that situation, I believe.
Yeah, I go Ayuk. I really like Ayuk this week, Caleb.
Anthony Acosta, Jacobs or Allen?
I'll probably go Jacobs for the safety of that one, Anthony.
David Brown wants to know, need a flex. Julio, if he's playing, J.K. Dobbins, T. Higgins, or James Conner?
J.K. Dobbins, baby. Love him against the Jags. 60% of snaps last week. Rip Dobbins all day.
I hate J.K. Dobbins. Vasily R. for flex. Josh Jacobs, Amari Cooper, or Chris Godwin?
Give me Jacobs.
I like Jacobs there.
Yeah.
Yep. I like Jacobs there also. Zach Keegan wants to know, Allen or Thielen?
I'll probably go Thielen in that case. That's one of the ones where you might be able to get away with benching Keenan Allen. Yeah.
Yep. T Money. Here's one. Keenan Allen or Mike Thomas?
Oh, man. I think I go Keenan. Like, Thomas has his own risk. He's not practicing right now. So, like, if he doesn't play, who's the next one up? I'm going to go Keenan tonight. I hope it pans out. I feel horrible if it doesn't, but I'm feeling Keenan Allen is this whole snap count thing. I think is going to be a bunch about nothing. And I think he's going to be your usual Keenan Allen, 7 catches, 70 yards TD at worst.
Ron Morris wants to know Keenan or Fournette with Rojo out. Keenan, dude.
Let's stick to Keenan.
Desmond T. Allen Boyd or Curtis Samuel?
I go Allen. Yeah, stick to Allen. Absolutely.
Craig Sarno, just finished my testimonial. Get yours done, guys. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig. Much appreciated.
We appreciate it. And I just lost my effing place again. Jesus, what the hell is going on with this thing? Technology these kids are using today. It's getting under my skin. Do you see the spot? Can you see it?
No,
here we go. No, I got it. I'm back. PTY Alpha 4, Ingram or Jordan Reed if Kittle doesn't play?
I'm going to go Ingram. Definitely Ingram. I just bumped Eckler below Sanders, whoever asked that question too. Maybe think about it. I want Sanders. I love Sanders this week. So I'm bumping Eckler down 1.
Caleb Gill, Jacobs or Ayuk?
I'm going to go Ayuk there. I really like Ayuk.
All right. There's a couple more. Brian H. asked the same question. Someone else said Keenan or Ayuk. We liked Ayuk there. Eduardo said Allen, Julio, or Justin Jefferson, and we're sticking with Allen again. Correct?
Yeah. I might. I'm going to go Allen over Jefferson, but it's my 12 and 13. If you want the safer play, it's Jefferson. I have Keenan Allen at 12 and Jefferson at 13, so I'm going to go Allen.
Joe O, Allen or Robert Woods?
Oh, Justin Jackson's out this week, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. We got some questions.
That answers that question, although we never picked Jackson in any of those scenarios.
Never picked him anyways, but I just saw that note. So, yeah, how are they going to limit Eckler's workload when Jackson's out?
Maybe they're really going to lean on Balaj.
Yeah, right. Kalen Balaj? No way. I just got to make sure I take him
out. That guy Pope. Don't they have that guy Pope on their team too?
No, he got cut today.
Oh, damn.
So,
I was about to buy a lot of stock in Pope. Shit.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin Deegan. Start Henry or hold out for Kittle and have Goddard to fall back on.
I probably waited out for Kittle then, yeah. Because I like Goddard more than Henry anyways. So give me that one. Let me wait it out, Kevin Deegs.
All right. Praise Austin. Phillip Rivers, Jalen Hurts, or Matt Ryan for this week?
Jalen Hurts, baby. Love that rushing upside. Give me Jalen Hurts all day.
Dakota then wants to know Eckler pitch count or Miles Sanders full PPR. We don't buy the pitch count.
I don't buy the pitch count, but I am going Miles Sanders. I'm just going to stick to Miles Sanders right now.
Ron Morris says, I read that the tight end coach for the Giants will be doing offensive play calls with Garrett out. What's the deal with Garrett being out? Why is he out? Is he out because he sucks or is he out because he's sick?
He has COVID, actually.
All right. Well, I won't dump on him too much then if he has COVID and we're still waiting to see if he survives. But, God, he's awful.
He is awful. Yeah, I like that. I like that call, Ron Morris. Thanks for pointing that out. That's really interesting.
All right. Allen or Cooper? Anthony Guevara?
Allen.
All right. PTY Alpha 4, Ingram or Jordan Reed?
Ingram, definitely. 100%.
Fausto Gonzalez says, what is rep count for Allen? Should I start him? I mean, we don't really know.
I'm not
we
too
do
worried
think you should start him, but we don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Noah Pringle, Herbert or Carr?
I'm going to go Herbert at this point. Yeah, I'm going to go Herbert. Noah. Good to see you, by the way, Noah.
Gabriel Jimenez, Keenan Allen or Cooper Kupp?
Keenan Allen.
Noah Pringle says, Gesicki, if healthy, did return to practice today. Hurst or Komet? Gut tells me Komet. I love his upside.
It's Gesicki if he plays, but if not, it's Komet for me, definitely.
All right, I think we answered this, Allen or Amari Cooper, right?
Yeah, we'll probably skipping some of the ones to make sure we get to them.
Yeah. Kyle Main says, thanks for skipping my question. Well, I've been helping you guys answer a lot of questions. Sorry, dude, if we did. It wasn't on purpose.
We didn't need to. Trust me, it keeps jumping all over the place, Kyle Main. Don't be an asshole. Ask your question again. We'll get to it, Kyle. I appreciate you guys answering questions for each other, too. It's awesome. But, yeah, we'll get to it. We'll do our best. If we skipped it, it's because the software jumped over it. So, come on.
Mitch Chavez, new record, I believe, guys, for this season. We peaked at 61 viewers showing at once so far. We've actually been a lot above that a bunch of times since then, Mitch. But thank you. Testimonial video has been submitted. Thank you, guys, and appreciate you. Thanks a lot, Mitch. Always been there.
You're a legend, Mitch. We greatly appreciate it.
Then
Video
Kyle,
testimonial, the best.
Kyle says the people streaming I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. And I was like, we were all like,
question.
Yeah. We love you, man.
We love you, Kyle.
Ron Morris says, are teams allowed to lie about a player being on a pitch count?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Absolutely. And they often do, as we've seen so far this year. They often do.
All right. Denny Jennings. Hurts or Tannehill this week?
Tannehill. I love Hurts, but I'm going to go Tannehill there.
Vasily R. Jacobs, Gallman, Godwin, or Amari Cooper for flex?
I got to go Jacobs. I'm going to go Jacobs there. I feel good about Jacobs tonight.
Andrew Bellissimo, Keenan or Miles Sanders? I think we said we like Sanders there.
Miles Sanders, definitely. Miles Sanders for sure here.
Jonathan Addy, thanks, guys. I'm hitting that subscribe button. Thank you, man.
Love it.
Really appreciate
Anybody
that.
else out there, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe. It'd be so appreciated. Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, we're flying through these as fast as we can. We're trying to get all you guys. Anthony Fella, A-Rob, Woods, Jefferson, McLaurin, Evans, Montgomery. I got to sit one of them.
I probably sit McLaurin. I mean, it depends if Haskins or Smith plays, but even then, I'm probably sitting McLaurin, Anthony.
PTY Alpha 4, I think he said Ingram or Jordan Reed. I think you answered that. Did you?
Ingram, definitely. Yeah, he's asked that one a million times.
Oh, sorry. They're all blending together to me at this point. Fraser Mac 94, Keenan Allen or T.Y. Hilton. Apologies if this comes up twice. Every question with Keenan Allen has come up like 17 times,
Keenan.
but I'm not sure we've had an Allen Hilton one yet. So
I love Hilton this week. I think Hilton's going to smash, but I'd have a hard time benching Keenan Allen for him.
All right. DJ Johnson says, I know you hate Herbert. He screwed me a couple of weeks ago too, but I need big points. Herbert or Watson?
Herbert. Watson. I'm going to go Watson with Cooks.
I knew you couldn't pull the trigger. I knew you couldn't do
Herbert.
it. I knew you
big points. Herbert has the higher ceiling. Yes.
Caleb Gill, Tannehill or Baker? Caleb wants to know.
Tannehill.
Danny Jennings says, where do I leave a testimonial?
rotostreetjournal.com/support2020, man. We'd be so greatly appreciated.
Hold on. I just freaking lost the place again. Sorry. All right, here we go. T-Money. All right, guys, I'm going Keenan then. Thanks. Harry Kong wants to know Keenan Allen or Kareem Hunt?
Keenan Allen.
Ron Morris says, thanks, guys. You're welcome, Ron.
Sweet.
Kyle, DJ Johnson, half PPR. Do I start Aguilar tonight or wait out Mostert with Lamb waiver wire as an emergency?
I think I'd rather have Aguilar. I think I'd rather go with Aguilar. Yeah.
Joe O says Godwin or Woods.
I'm gonna go Woods there.
Austin Forrester, start Dobbins over Deontay or Mike Thomas. I'm sorry about the Pam comment, guys. I'll keep it cleaner for the streams. Big testimonial in the future coming up. Austin,
no, we love you, Austin.
You don't owe us any. You don't owe us any apology, dude.
That's the type of.
Thanks for hanging in here the whole show, man. Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go Dobbins over both those guys, though. Yes.
Shamar Omar all in on Keenan.
Let's go. Let's hope he does it tonight, baby. Let's go.
Kid Kobe, Herbert or Tannehill. Thank you.
Tannehill for me, definitely Kid Kobe.
Greg Sarno, I need one wide receiver in a flex, half-point PPR, Ayuk, Robbie, Beasley, CEH, Pittman.
Ayuk is the definite for the receiver, and then the flex, I'm leaning Robbie.
All right. Craig says, my opponent sat Allen for Deontay. Interesting.
Interesting indeed. I wouldn't do that.
Vikram Mohan says, please talk about Keenan. I don't know if he's being sarcastic or not.
I think that's a joke. It has to be, or you haven't been here.
Joe says I got skipped.
Too bad. I'm sorry, but it jumped all over the place.
If you throw it in there again, we'll try to get to you. Craig Sarno going against Eckler and Jacobs. Come on, 6-3 game. I know.
Yeah.
I was pulling for a 6-3 game in that Browns Ravens game that went like 47-42. Yeah. Sucked. Chris Jason, CJ sighting. Field Yates tweet. Take this for what it's worth from the man himself. Keenan Allen just yelled into the camera during pregame. Don't sit me.
Don't sit him. Do not sit Keenan Allen. That's what we've been saying all night. Don't sit Keenan Allen. Love it.
Yep. Chichin gets this. Keenum or Landry?
I don't know who Keenum is, but if it's Keenan,
Case Keenum?
It's Keenan. Go Keenan.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I have to be right. I don't know
like go Landry, right?
Keenan. We got 4 minutes. Rapid fire.
All right. All right. David Lee, which two do you start? Keenan Allen, Juju, or Justin Jefferson?
I'm going to go Keenan, and I'm going to go Jefferson.
All right. Let's see. Chris, Jason, Ron Morris, the tight end coach for the Giants is Freddie Kitchens. LOL. LOL. Right.
Oh, boy. That's hideous. Keep going to questions.
Yeah. Jeremy M., Herbert or Wilson, and nasty weather in Washington. Joseph Longworth. Do I flex Keenan over DeAndre Johnson, J.K. Dobbins, and Chris Godwin?
Dobbins is close, but it's Keenan.
Kyle says Herbert or Tannehill to pick up Goff.
Tannehill.
Argyle Stocks, flex spot. Stick with Allen on rep count and replace with McKissick or Melvin Gordon PPR. Keenan or Anderson, wide receiver 2?
Keenan.
Okay, I'm just looking for one that's not the same question again and again and again. And here we go. Seamus Kniff. Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, James Robinson for PPR. I need 3. Thanks.
Jonathan Taylor, Eckler, and Robinson. I'm going to bench Jacobs, sadly.
Charlie Manalakis, full PPR flex. McLaurin, Zeke, Claypool, or F it, throw a dart at the waiver wire.
I'm going to go McLaurin over those guys, definitely.
Denny Jennings, Allen, or a 6-pack with painkillers?
Both, all.
I know. Why do you have to choose? Sarah Riley, we got to get Sarah in. Need one. I've Goddard and Font, but Kittle and Irv Smith are on waivers.
I'd pick up Kittle now over Fant, and then if Kittle plays, it's Kittle, and if not, it's Goddard.
Chichin gets us. Oops, my bad. LOL. Thanks, guys. I subbed. All right, no problem.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I appreciate
Anybody else subscribe?
I'm looking. Last one. Fraser McDonald, Herbert or Hurts. I'm starting Allen, and I like the link up.
Nice, awesome.
That's it.
PPR, Mike Davis or Terry. Oh, here we are. Mike Davis or Terry. I'm going to go Mike Davis, Kyle Main. If that's the question, we didn't mean to skip you. Pick one. Keenan, Judy, Des, or Boyd. Keenan for sure. Kamara, Davis, he's answering some questions. Yep. Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, or Matt Ryan. It's Jalen Hurts Cinema Studio. Keenan, CEH, Woods, half people. CEH and Keenan and Woods. Bench and CEH there. AB or Keenan. It's definitely Keenan. Cody Hoxie, waiting for the end of the season to do my testimonial so I can add. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Cody.
Respect, Cody. No problem.
Absolutely. Aguilar or Thielen, you got to go Thielen there. Trustin Kyle Main for PTY Alpha. Kyle Main's the man. He answered a bunch of questions.
I know, he did. He was all over that board.
We might have missed a bunch, and I apologize if we did. Mike Davis against the worst run D. I like Mike Davis a lot there. I think this is where we finally linked up. How limited would Keenan Allen really be? Chris Godwin or Keenan? I'm going to go Keenan Allen. I'm not worried about it, especially that he looked in the camera and said, start him. I'm definitely going him. I also have a choice between Thomas and McLaurin. I'm going to go Thomas.
I'm going Thomas.
There.
Since you answered so many questions for us, we'll try to answer that.
I know. I apologize. I know it got jumbled here, folks. This was awesome because you guys got so many fucking questions. It's amazing. We love it. We love you. We apologize greatly if we did miss your question. It just kind of jumped all over the place, the StreamYard, because so many questions came in, and that was amazing. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Kyle Main. Thank you for being a great fan, interacting with so many people. And Wolfpack, let's go Keenan Allen because we recommended him a lot. Let's hope he stays healthy, crushes tonight, and is not on a limited count. I hope everything you need comes true tonight and the rest of Week 15, and we get those ships. We will be live on Saturday and Sunday because we got football every fucking day in 2020. It's the best. So, Wolfpack, catch us for those other sit starts that don't involve Thursday night football. Saturday, I'm guessing 11. We'll do both shows at 11 a.m. Sit start 11 a.m. Saturday, Sunday. All your questions, we will hit them all. Thank you guys again so much. If you haven't subbed yet, please do. Thumbs up, all that good stuff. Good luck tonight. Best of luck. You can find all our stuff at rosestreetjournal.com where we breed and feed fantasy wolves. I'm the wolf.
I'm the truth.
Later.